Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome back to our English podcast. I'm Clara, and I'm thrilled to have you join me today. We're about to explore a truly powerful and incredibly effective technique that can dramatically boost your English speaking and listening skills. It's called shadowing, and it's particularly useful if you're learning English at the A1 or B1 level. Get ready to discover how this simple practice can lead to significant progress in your language journey. Let's begin by defining what shadowing actually is. Imagine you're listening to someone speak English, and at the very same time, you are actively repeating exactly what they are saying. You're not waiting for them to finish. You're speaking with them, almost simultaneously, like a vocal echo or a shadow. That's the core idea behind the shadowing technique. When you're shadowing, your voice is closely tracking the original speaker's voice. You're trying to match their words, their pace, their rhythm, and their intonation as accurately as possible. It's a highly active form of listening and speaking that engages your brain and your vocal muscles at the same time. While understanding the meaning of the words is important for overall language learning, during the act of shadowing itself, the primary focus shifts. Your main goal is to mimic the sound, the melody, and the flow of spoken English. You're tuning into how words connect, how sentences are structured naturally, and how native speakers express themselves with their voice. Think about how young children learn their first language. They listen intently to their parents and others around them, and then they start to imitate the sounds they hear. They're not consciously thinking about grammar rules or vocabulary lists. They're absorbing and reproducing the sounds and patterns. Shadowing allows you to tap into this natural, intuitive learning process for English. It's a dynamic and engaging exercise that helps you internalize the nuances of English pronunciation and rhythm without always needing to stop and analyze everything. It's about feeling the language in your mouth and ears. Now, let's explore why shadowing is such an incredibly important technique for anyone learning English. It offers a multitude of benefits that truly accelerate your progress. Firstly, shadowing is a phenomenal tool for improving your pronunciation. English has a unique set of sounds, some of which might not exist in your native language. There are subtle differences between similar-sounding vowels and consonants, and specific ways that words are stressed within a sentence. By consistently trying to imitate native speakers, you train your mouth, tongue, and lips to produce these English-specific sounds more accurately. You learn to articulate words more clearly, to place the stress on the correct syllables, and to link words together smoothly, just like native speakers do. This practice builds muscle memory for your mouth, making your pronunciation more natural, understandable, and confident over time. You'll stop sounding like you're translating directly from your language and start sounding more authentically English. Secondly, shadowing significantly enhances your listening comprehension. When you're actively trying to keep pace with the speaker, your ear becomes incredibly sensitive to the rapid flow of spoken English. You learn to distinguish individual words within a stream of connected speech, to pick up on natural reductions like gonna for going to, and to recognize various accents and speech patterns. This consistent exposure and active engagement train your brain to process spoken English more efficiently. You'll find yourself understanding conversations, podcasts, and videos with much greater ease because your ear is accustomed to the speed, rhythm, and intonation of native speech. It's like developing a finely tuned radar for the English language. Thirdly, shadowing is an exceptional way to build your speaking confidence. Many English learners feel nervous or hesitant when it comes to speaking aloud. Shadowing provides a safe, low-pressure environment where you can practice speaking without the immediate pressure of forming original thoughts or engaging in a direct conversation. It's a form of active rehearsal. The more you practice producing English sounds and sentences aloud, the more comfortable and natural it feels. This practice reduces the mental barrier to speaking, making you feel more prepared and less anxious when it's time to communicate your own ideas in real-life situations. It transforms hesitation into readiness. And finally, shadowing offers a remarkably intuitive way to absorb new vocabulary and grammar structures within their natural context. While you might not stop to define every word during a shadowing session, the repeated exposure to words and phrases used in authentic sentences allows your brain to make connections subconsciously. You begin to understand not just what a word means in isolation, but how it's actually used in a sentence, which prepositions it often takes, or which verbs it typically pairs with. Similarly, you start to internalize grammatical patterns and sentence structures without having to consciously analyze every rule. This contextual learning is often much more effective and memorable than simply memorizing lists, as you're learning language as it's truly lived and breathed. Now that we understand the immense benefits, let's get practical. How do you actually practice shadowing effectively? It's a simple technique, but following these steps will maximize your results. Step 1. Choose your perfect audio or video material. This is a crucial starting point. For A1 to B1 learners, look for materials that feature clear, articulate speech and a manageable pace. Not too fast, not too slow. Ideal sources include podcasts specifically designed for English learners, short educational videos, simple news reports, or even children's stories or animated series where the dialogue is distinct. The key is to find content that you find interesting and engaging, as you'll be listening to it multiple times. If you enjoy the topic, you're much more likely to stay motivated and consistent. Avoid overly complex or very fast-paced native content at this stage, as it can be overwhelming. Step 2. Listen for overall understanding. Your first pass. Before you even think about speaking, listen to your chosen audio or watch the video all the way through at least once, or even twice. During this initial listening phase, your goal is simply to grasp the main idea, the general message, and the context. Don't worry about understanding every single word or trying to repeat anything. Just allow the sounds of English to wash over you and try to get a feel for the content. This pre-listening prepares your brain and ear for the more active shadowing that will follow. Step 3. Begin the shadowing, the simultaneous echo. Now it's time to start the core practice. Play the audio or video again. This time, as soon as you hear a word, a phrase, or a short sentence, try to repeat it immediately, almost at the exact same moment as the original speaker. You are literally trying to speak over them, echoing their words as they say them. Don't be discouraged if you stumble, miss words, or can't keep up perfectly at first. This is completely normal. The most important thing is to keep your voice flowing, to maintain the continuous effort to mimic the speaker's pace and rhythm. Focus on the continuous flow of speech rather than perfect accuracy in the beginning. Consistency in the attempt is what matters most here. Let's try a very simple example together right now. I'll say a short, clear phrase, and I'd like you to try and repeat it along with me as quickly as you can, focusing on mirroring my sounds and rhythm. Are you ready? Repeat after me. Hello, I am here to help. Fantastic. You're getting the feel for it. Let's try another one, a simple, positive statement. English is fun to learn. Excellent. You're doing great. See how you're training your mouth and ear at the same time? Step 4. Refine your mimicry. Focus on rhythm, intonation, and stress. Once you become more comfortable with simply keeping up, start to pay closer attention to the finer details of native speech. Notice the rhythm. Where are the natural pauses? How quickly or slowly does the speaker deliver certain parts of a sentence? Observe the intonation. How does the speaker's voice rise and fall to express questions, statements, or emotions? And crucially, identify word stress. Which syllable in a word is emphasized, like photograph versus photographer, and sentence stress, which words in a sentence are naturally highlighted to convey meaning. Your goal is to replicate these nuances. This is where your English truly begins to sound natural and less like it's being read from a script. Practicing these elements will make your speech more understandable and engaging for native speakers. Step 6. Practice consistently. The key to long-term progress. Consistency is absolutely vital for success with shadowing, just as it is with any language learning technique. Short, regular sessions are far more effective than infrequent, long ones. Aim for at least 10 to 15 minutes of shadowing every day, or at least several times a week. Make it a routine. Perhaps you shadow a short news clip during your commute, or a part of an interesting podcast while doing chores. Even small bursts of consistent practice will accumulate into significant improvements over time. Be patient with yourself. Language learning is a journey, not a race. You might not see dramatic results overnight, but with dedication, you will undoubtedly notice profound improvements in your clarity and comprehension. Now, let's put these steps into action with some extended practice. I'm going to say a few sentences at a clear, moderate pace, and I'll leave a good amount of space for you to shadow along with me. Remember to focus on the sounds, the rhythm, and the flow. Let's do this together. Repeat after me. The weather today is warm and sunny. I really enjoy reading a good book. Learning new things can be very exciting. We should plan a trip to the mountains soon. This technique helps improve your speaking. Don't forget to practice every day. What did you do last weekend? She has a beautiful smile. I need to buy some groceries today. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Great job. You are actively training your English muscles. Keep up this fantastic effort. As we come to the end of today's episode, I sincerely hope this detailed guide has given you a clear and actionable understanding of shadowing. It's a versatile and powerful technique that, when practiced consistently, can truly revolutionize your English fluency. Remember to choose appropriate materials. Listen first, then shadow. Focus on the rhythm and flow, and be patient with your progress. Every little bit of practice contributes to your overall success. And here's an exciting announcement for our next episode. We will dedicate the entire time to pure, uninterrupted shadowing practice. I'll be narrating a simple, engaging story at a comfortable pace, with plenty of space for you to shadow along. It will be a fantastic opportunity to immerse yourself fully and get extended practice with this amazing technique. Thank you so much for joining me today and for your dedication to learning English. Keep practicing, keep listening, and I look forward to shadowing a new story with you in our next episode. Goodbye for now.